There it is, there, baby. What's good, baby? What's good?
What's good? Let me throw on my earbuds too. I'm gonna see if I can pop up my earbuds.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
should pop on. They should
yeah,
pop
they
on for
should.
sure.
While you doing all that, man, for my listeners out there, man, I got the opportunity to sit down, man, with an incredibly gifted artist that goes by the name of EMAGEBEATZZ. And
Appreciate that.
me and my man, Mr. Frequent Flyer Miles over there, the
Come
cat
on, man.
dropping in and out everywhere, you know what I mean? I
Right.
called this nigga one day, this nigga over here, next day, nigga in Portugal. I mean, like, hold on, nigga, slow down for a minute. Catch up to you, baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Image, man, it's great to have you here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I want to let everybody know, man, we're doing this live, baby, on Media Made Magazine, man, Media Made TV, man. This is where we at. This is what we're doing. So, Image, man, listen, man, I'm going to let you crack it off. Let everybody know, man, where you originally from and, man, how long you been putting your work in, man, as far as the music goes, Cap.
I appreciate it. First of all, I just want to say thank you for having me up here. I appreciate it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's a big thing. I was born in Norfolk, Virginia, originally born in Norfolk, Virginia. Me and my mother left Norfolk when I was 2. Then we moved to Brooklyn with my grandmother. And I came back to Virginia because she wanted me to go to school in VA. So I came back to VA and went to school. And came back about 5 years old, something like that. Went to school. Throughout all my school years, you know, music was a big thing. Now I'm gonna go back to the school years because that's what me and Just meant. He's like my brother. But I'm gonna tell you one specific thing about him too. Because of him, I started rhyming. Right?
We're gonna have to get him up here too.
Yeah. Because of him, I started rhyming. It was like in high school, and he just came to the school. We was all in. He came down here to Virginia, and he just came to the school, and I was a young dude because Just was like a couple years older than me. And everybody cornered him in the bathroom, like, "Yo, spit, man! I heard you could spit. I heard you sound like Rakim. I heard you sound like this. I heard you sound like that." When he spit, so he was like, "I'll spit, but I ain't got nobody to do the beat." I'm like, "I'll do the beat." I got in the corner, start beatboxing right in the corner. Just start beatboxing, boom.
Yeah.
And I was beatboxing. Just was in there, killing the rhymes, putting it down. We had the whole bathroom going crazy in there.
Yeah.
Right then and there, I can't even remember what year it was. I think it was the first year. Me and his brother Randy started hanging. We known each other for 30 years, about 30 years now. So me and his brother Randy got a little dance team. I was into the dancing shit, the club dancing for a while before I started rhyming. Then I started rhyming, got out the rhyming. Now I'm here doing beats.
Yeah.
I'm here doing beats.
So first question is, you know what I mean? Because I know it was back in the day and all that. And you said you started dancing and all that. Like, what was the dancing, baby? Was it pop blocking? What was it? What was we doing? You know
the dancing I was doing in high school, you know, with the kid and play type shit, the scoop scrap, the scoop scrap type shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The Heavy D and the Boys type shit. That was the dancing we was doing back in the day.
Right. Yeah. I just want people to know that. You know what I mean? Like you wasn't out there on some disco Danny shit. You know what I'm saying?
You won't sashaying and nothing like that, my nigga.
I got a question for you. So when did you add the rhyming to your artistry? Feel me? Because you was beatboxing, boom, boom, boom. When did you be like, you know what? I got bars too. I'm a lyricist. When did that take place? Talk to me about that.
After I heard Just, I went home and just started writing, and then just started falling in love with. I was trying to put words together, and it got so ill to me that I can actually put words together that rhyme like this in the algorithm. Trust me, I wasn't thinking algorithm back then. I'm just thinking about an arithmetic pattern to go on the beat because
the cadence. Yeah.
And I didn't even know how to count bars back then. You know what I'm saying? I was just putting stuff together. You know, and then when I did that, I was 14, and what I wanted to know how niggas. I want to know how Cass did that. I want to know how he did that, right? So I started, and I already listened to rap. You know, it was already, and every time we do, all our messages is basically in our music anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how we've always been as a people from the jump. So I went to, I wrote the rhyme. I was called MC Craze back then.
Okay. That's how we know how it was back then. For y'all young listeners, this is where it started from.
Yeah, I was MC Craze back then. Then I formed Crazy K because it was just crazy. I guess you could say I was acting light skinned back then. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Fire. Now that's fire.
So we went to the mall. The mall had this little section in there where they'll record you on whatever tape you give them, whatever beat you give them, they could do that. That was our only way we could get to even hearing ourselves on the mic, except for putting a radio here and a radio here,
right,
record in one place. Where, you know, so I got in the booth. I kind of remember the first line or two. Still,
let's hear the first line. Let's hear that. Let's hear that. Light though, light. No matter rap it. Nah, it's cool.
No, but that's all right though. You cool who you are though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I said, my name is MC Craze. I'm here to shock and amaze, and that's all I can remember.
But you know what? Let me jump on though. It's like that matters because it shows the audience and it shows your listeners where you started from, where you at, and how much work you put into it. Because a lot of individuals, they don't want to put in the work. They want microwave. You know what I'm saying? So just hearing that, and that didn't sound bad. You still was on cadence, so you knew you had something. So that's fire. Nah, that's fire. 14, by the way.
No question. But I want to commend them. I want to commend them because I too myself, you know what I mean? I'm probably older than anybody in the building right now. You know what I'm saying? And I go back from the beginning. And where I wanna give you ultimate props at, Cat, is you said to me you was 14 years old. And to be 14 years old, to be able to understand, first of all, to be able to sit down, write something, and create cadence behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't even know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the creativity in you, you know what I'm saying, kind of drove you to that, you know what I'm saying? Kind of drove you to do what you did. You know what I mean? And so I just want to give you mad props to that, man, because I know a whole lot of people had no idea, you know what I'm saying? They just spit. And some cats would just spit. You know, they may have dope rhymes or whatever, but because their cadence ain't right, you know what I'm saying? They don't know when to breathe, when not to breathe, whatever.
Yeah.
Like garbage, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and no matter how articulate they may be, no matter how funky they can get with the wordplay, if
they're not in that pocket.
Right, if they don't hit the pocket, you know what I mean? And me, you, and everybody else looking at them like, yo, who this whack ass? Yo, hit the volume on that shit, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean down, not up. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
So yeah, man. So after you was the MC Craze, you know what I'm saying? Like
crazy.
It progressed a little bit, man. And I know I think I read your bio a little bit, man. You know what I'm saying? Where you kind of said you kind of went another place, you know what I'm saying? And you kind of lost the love for it a little bit, you know what I mean? I need you to kind of expand on that, you know what I mean? Because
it was at a time that I was vulnerable, man. And I was in my life, I was real vulnerable and shit. Like, and then things I was getting jealous at the music. I was starting to not like what I'm hearing, and I was in around cats, you know, that was authentic. It was on some other bullshit. It was just, let's go to the studio, and they want to get with the shorties. They want to do this. They want to do that. And basically, you know, I'm and that was all I was around. You know, this is after everything happened, because I formed a group. I'm moving forward real quick, but that's what made me get out of love. And then I had to focus on regular life now, because I'm not, you know, money ain't coming in through the music. You know, I'm going hard with this.
Reality start kicking in.
To get the bio done. I'm trying to get the music out, trying to get it played on the radio. I'm trying to get some everything. And this is before the internet. This is before we had all this digital software. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, and I can remember when Teddy Riley came to Virginia, and he formed the Future Records right beside Princess Anne High School. That's over there where Pharrell used to go to school at, across the street from Pharrell's shit. And we would sit outside, me and my partner. That's how deep it was. We would sit outside. We had a fucking 68 Dodge Dart, and this was 80 something. We got the shit. We drinking drinking Crazy Horse.
Crazy
and
Horse.
OE.
Yeah.
Drinking Crazy Horse.
NOE. Okay.
We was like, we going to the studio. We gonna sit out front. We don't care. So we could spit. We could do this. All these I've been, you know, I've been winning battles and shit. I'm you know, going to the talent shows and only coming second place because a singer or R&B hit it off.
Right.
Somebody up there sound like Luther, you was dead.
Yeah, all the time. Facts.
Everything dead. Nigga come up there sound like Teddy P. You know, they ain't
it's a
hip
rap.
hop.
Facts.
Even the judges, you know. So we when I got on that level, when I was trying, I kind of lost my train of thought. Damn.
All right.
Nah, you good. You basically without the dodge dart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got you, baby.
Right, and how serious you was taking your music. So with that being said, though, I wanna go back a little bit. You know what I mean? So you was already writing. You already had your cadence down. Where did you derive your style from? Because you got to remember, you came up at a time where nobody. You can't sound like the next cat.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying?
Like you
had to be original. And if you sounded like somebody, you was pure trash. You know what I'm saying?
How I thought of it.
Yeah.
I thought of it. This how I thought of it. I thought of hip hop like kung fu. I thought of hip hop like, because I used to watch a lot of black belt theater.
Right.
Nobody invented. If you think about it, really nobody in kung fu invented a certain style. They just mastered it. They mastered the crane. They mastered the lotus. So if I mastered a DOS effect style, just sprinkle it in there. If I mastered a boot camp, you know what I'm saying? Let me do this a little bit. Just sprinkle it in there. Because no styles. Who was coming up with new styles? Except maybe a couple of hip hop cats was coming up with new styles around. You know what I'm saying? Like really new styles that like nobody's done. Because Run DMC's done it. Curtis Blow has done it. LL has done it. All the styles.
Slick Rick was already telling stories.
They touching on aspects. So if I could tell a story, but I can integrate this, it's like sampling. You take a sample from something, you integrate it. Nobody knows where it comes from, but you still give it the respect it deserves.
Thanks.
When it comes out, you know. So, and it was a lot of quotables back then.
Right.
You know, everybody was into quotables and stuff like that. So my style derived from underground hip hop. You know, when hip hop was underground, Buckshot, Guru, CL Smooth.
That's the essence.
Yes, Busta Rhymes. Whoever was kind of like, I say, different.
Right.
Whoever was like, damn, and Smooth the Hustler, K Solo.
Right.
Redman back then, you know, and still now.
Yeah. No question. Where did your group Poetic Society come from?
Poetic Society.
Yeah.
That was in high school. Me and my partner. Like I said, I was doing the dance thing.
Oh, okay.
We started really rhyming. We started being lyrical.
Yeah.
We started putting shit together that made sense. Like that was like every day coming home, going to watch your own TV raps, and then we was like, we need a name. We need a name. We need a concept. We need what we're going to. That's why I named my album Diamond Edge, because the Diamond Edge style was what we were coming up with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Back then, like a Diamond Edge style, nothing's harder than a Diamond's Edge. You know, a Diamond's Edge could crack this, could break that, and all that. That's what we'll do. We'll start doing that, and we'll start formulating stuff on that style.
Right.
But we were writing, and at the same time, you know, KRS was coming out, Public Enemy was coming out, and at the same time, now it's a little bit political now, so we can mix it as a society, but poetically.
Right.
I got you. Yeah. You mentioned like you was in a tough place where you was a little jealous of where music was going because what people was putting out. So
I was jealous at the fact that and like I said, I was vulnerable then with music. Right. I was jealous at the fact that these cats was on the radio sounding like garbage.
That's what I was gonna get to.
Yeah,
they wasn't focusing on the craft, and you was focusing on the craft, the essence.
Right.
Okay, got it. So let me ask you this: what was the passion inside of you that made you never give up, though? Because we hear it now, and we hear it a lot more now. The stuff that's on the radio is not really the essence, right? It's not lyrical. It's not giving a message. So tell me about that, because that's important, very important.
I'll tell you, it started to when the trap started coming out, I'm hearing 16 bar hooks. I've never heard that in my life before. And I'm hearing 8 bars of rhyming. So it really I got offended.
Right.
Like, what is this shit right here? Like, what is this shit right here?
They switched it.
Yeah, and it made it lazier because it was never the lyrics was never lazy. You could depend on somebody's album to be rocking the whole way through. So then a lot of the old school artists, a lot of the legends was like, I ain't fucking with it, I ain't doing this, and we're gonna do the Hennessy, we're gonna do the Ciroc, we're gonna do the whatever tequila. A lot of the legends was getting old and shit like that. I got a studio, like my studio right here. This my studio, and my office is my studio. I don't know what it is, man. Like I said, I tried to put it down. I tried to say, man, fuck this. I'm not even with this.
Right.
I tried my best, bro. I was like, she wouldn't even. And I love her. I love her. You know, that's why she wouldn't even back up off me. I'm waking up. I'm thinking of stuff. I'm at work thinking of this. I'm on the bathroom. I'm using my phone. I'm thinking of this. I'm thinking of that. And the fun of it. Right. Like it was the excitement of making something that everybody gonna be like, oh, it's like, yo, this is or they make the face like,
That's the organic love for music. That's the organic love for music. That's what I wanted from you, bro. That's what I wanted, because a lot of times, like, I ain't gonna tell my age, but I'm a little bit younger than y'all, but I ain't young like these dudes. I'm from New York City, and I remember what I fell in love with. I remember getting the cassette and recording it. I'm trying to remember everything. That's how individuals will learn their cadence. So hearing you talk about the craft of putting bars together and individuals going a 16-bar hook and an 8-bar verse, when normally individuals always had a dope verse, they had to work on writing the hook. Now you went lazy. So hearing that from an MC, I want to stress that, because I want individuals who are in the craft today to understand, be yourself, man. Fall in love with craft, be yourself. Don't let people put you in a framework of you trying to be like them. Right. The turtle still wins the race. Just keep running the race.
My homeboy's telling me that. He was like, because he does music, he's in the music hard, he's in the industry, and he was just like, man, listen, be yourself, just be you, just put you out there. You could hear you can hear certain things, man. You know what a good bass line sound like with that shit. You know, if that don't sound right, don't use it, but you can go into the harmonies, because it's only so. I don't know how to play the keys. You know, a lot of cats know how to play the keys. They know how to burn these shits. I'm sitting here strictly going by ear, what it sound like and what I hear. And if I take it to a professional cat, you know, somebody that's got a Grammy, like, what you think? What's this? Oh man, turn the bass up and it's right there. Turn the kicks up, you right there. And that's it. That's it.
You got the feel. Okay, cool. That feel. Yeah, that's fire.
No doubt.
Yeah, that's fire.
Absolutely, man. So there was a time, man, like you said, man, we're gonna kind of go with what you was talking about when things wasn't going well, man. You decided to join the armed forces. You went out.
I just had my son.
Thank you for your service as well, bro.
Yeah,
no appreciate it, no doubt.
Yeah, no doubt. For sure.
Rock, brothers. So I had my son. I'm in New York. I went back to New York after I graduated. So I went back to New York. I stayed in New York for about 15 years after that. When I went after I graduated and stuff, like when I went back, and I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm a security guard on 5th Avenue in front of Tiffany's.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And I got a newborn. I ain't got no benefits for my son. I ain't got. And I had to make us, you know, either the sharks or the sword. You know what I'm saying? So if I go with, I'm gonna get ate up by the sharks. But if I go with the sword, I can make my own divine weapon, and I can go in there, boom, rock it out, get my son straight.
Ball, by the way, that's a ball. That's a ball. Yeah, that's a ball. I hear you. That's a ball.
Good look. And I was like, good look, yo. I fucks with y'all, it's hard. So y'all be recognizing shit like, boom, wow. But I just wanted a better life. I couldn't really raise my son in New York. I knew what's gonna happen. He was already acting up in elementary school, and I'm old fashioned. I believe in beating that ass. I used to.
Facts.
Ain't no punishment. I'm gonna whoop you. You ain't getting none of that. You know, later for that. You know what I'm saying? You can still play your PlayStation.
Right. But I'm gonna hit you with this martial. I'm gonna hit you with this martial law, though, baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Right. You know what I'm
So
saying?
look, I got plenty of them, and I ain't break they ain't break my bones, they ain't break my neck and all that. I got plenty of whoopings and all that. But you know, I wanted him to have the best dentist. I wanted my son to have the best doctors, the best care. Only way I could do that is if I make a sacrifice. Right now, for the next 4 years of my life, I make a sacrifice. I still didn't put the music down, but I put my son first.
Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I got married. You know, I always a firm believer as I was growing up, get a girl pregnant, put her in the house, make sure that shit is right. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that
was the only thing. So I needed discipline, bro. I was out there, like I said, acting light skinned.
Right.
I needed some discipline.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
In the city. In the city.
In the city.
Yeah.
I needed some discipline. I mean, you could get anywhere. You could get anywhere. You can go any place.
Right.
On the train or the bus or the dollar cab. You can do any, you know. Ain't like you couldn't see abroad in the Bronx and you stayed in Queens, or couldn't. Yeah. You couldn't go to Staten Island, or and you in Brooklyn. It ain't like that. You can do anything.
Yeah.
Without a whip.
Especially light skin out there when you acting like I'll be sure everywhere the fuck you go. You know what I'm saying?
Young
you see what I'm saying? You
young Albie Short too. Young Albie
100.
Short.
You know what I mean? Like I get it, baby. You know what I mean? Because I was the lightest nigga in the whole thing. You know what I mean? And I never heard the end of that motherfucking joke show. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
I was in a dark place to where I really wanted. You know how you get hurt so bad about something you love so much that you just disconnect and desensitize yourself to a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I really, you know, that was it. Hip hop, I mean, writing and all that was my thing. Books and all that. I was writing because it got everything out. Poetry. I was even writing a story called The Quiet Key. Me and my aunt was writing. I'm writing because I got to. I don't know who I was. My spirit was in the previous life, but they was probably doing some writing or some music.
The therapy behind it, therapeutic.
Yeah. I put it up. I didn't get back into it, and then it was like, man, my rhymes is old. Like my style is outdated.
Talk to me about that.
I don't even know the word. Yeah. I don't even know the words like I used to know the words no more. You know, coming up with just. I'm not even thinking about it like that to come up with something like that. I'm thinking because I used to just push it out and it come. And I'm writing line and line and line and line. I ain't never stopping. Like, oh, okay. By the time I finish, I got 2 fucking verses. Like shit like that. And won't stop. And sometimes I won't stop until I complete the song. Intro, hook, verse, hook, and the outro. And I complete the whole song. Let's go to the studio.
Hold on. For y'all listening, intro. Because we don't even hear that in music no more. I was listening to this a couple times. The intro matters. It takes you there. It gives you that emotion. It lets
it's you the know. Hook.
Come on.
It's the hook.
Beginning of the story.
Right.
You know what I mean? A lot of people they miss that because they're not even used to hearing stories no more. You know what I'm saying? So they don't even know there's a beginning to this shit. You know what I mean? So
because you zoom by that. I gotta let these listeners who slow-minded sometimes, no offense. Intro, interlude, the story behind it. It gives you a feel. Music's supposed to give you an emotion. So for anybody listening to this, take heed to what somebody's given to you that been in the business for this matter of time, man.
Right.
Add that into your repertoire to take you far. I didn't mean to stop you, King, but I had to.
No, you good. You good. Get it out, bro.
And I need people to write it down if you need to. You feel me? My bad, man. Like I had intro.
Good.
Whoa, I haven't heard the intro in years. You know what I mean?
See, I'm bringing. I want to, and I told my homeboy this. I want to bring back the '90s style of music that we had, and I'm not saying that because of the garbage lyrics and all that other stuff and all this flamboyant nigga sashaying and wearing this and doing all that purses and all this crap. Y'all, you're taking it so far. You're taking it so far. It's like you're knocking it out of existence to where it originated and what have you. Can't do that.
Right.
We never did that to any R&B shit. We sampled to sample it so much we knocked the OJs out of existence. We brought it back with respect. Now you can rock this song with that song.
Respect.
You know what I'm saying? Because we know, yeah, now you can rock that song with that song because we ain't doing nothing but giving back. It repeats itself.
Right.
So I was, you know, and you get offended, like musically offended, not like, you know, you offended like you gonna knock a nigga out. Now you just get musically offended. Like, how dare you? How dare you disrespect the culture? Like, go, you can do your thing, no doubt. You can do whatever you want to do, and if it makes it, it does. But don't disrespect where it come from and how it started. So
the
you
reference.
can do what you do.
Right.
Because you gotta always give respect to those that have paved the way for you to be able to do the things that you're able to do today. Right. And a lot of cats don't get that. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
they don't last long.
They don't last long. You know, we talk to a lot of artists, and sometimes we talk to an artist, and then next year I don't know where they at or what happened to them. You know what I mean? Because there's no durability with it. There's no, you know what I'm saying? They can't stand the test of time with the music that they're making, and that's the reason why we don't hear from them no more. You know what I'm saying?
And you burn them.
They gotta understand you gotta have a certain accountability and responsibility. For you got, you know, be accountable and responsible for what you do. It's a way. The music it's not just a wave, it's a way of life that we didn't have anything like that. And it was coming from, I mean, you could still play the message right now. And still what happened then in the 70s is still rocking out today. Absolutely. From what he said.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So now, you know, you got and that's why I said it's in the music though. You know, we've always communicated through our music.
Facts.
We've always built through our music. We always wise up everybody with our music because we have a different language when it comes to our music. There's no other music like hip hop.
Facts.
Now you could branch off of hip hop.
Facts.
And you could do drill hop or whatever hop and this hop, skipping it, no, but you can't. It's no other one like that. Remember at one time it was in everything, on every commercial, every TV show. The daytime shows, the daytime soap operas was hip hopping it, and this and then started bringing it in when it wasn't, and it would never. It's not going to change. It's not going to stop. We just gotta. I want to bring it, that part of it back. I ain't trying to eat up everything.
Right.
That part of what we're missing. When we could go out there and make a song about pumas.
Right.
Yeah. You know, and how somebody almost stepped on my puma, and now boom, and it's a song, but it's what we was going through. They're not going through that.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, man, like you moved in when you came back, you know what I mean? After you got out the service.
Yep. Went to New York. Had the kid.
Got your passion back.
Yep.
You tell us, baby, what, you know what I mean? From then on, I can already see it went like, you know what I mean?
Right.
But then I was in New York, and we left New York, and we moved to Florida, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So my mother, we moved to like Port Charlotte.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, Port Charlotte, Siesta Keys, Fort Myers, around that area in Florida, and there was no hip hop there. It was bugging me out. What they was doing there was the club shit. They like that EDM, that boom, 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 boom,
okay.
boom, boom.
Okay.
But I knew how to DJ.
See, right? That I was just going. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
DJ. So I met the white dude. The white dudes, you know, they downstairs. They whole bottom of their house is the studio. They don't even know what they got. They was like, here, have you ever heard of this, man? Yo, dude, you ever heard of this program? I'm like, nah, what you doing? He said, yo, you can have this, bud. You can have this, dude. You ever heard of that? So he hit me up with the Fruity Loops program.
Ooh.
Right? And I was like, I'm like, what's this? He was like, yo, it's just programs we download. Our buddies give it to us. So I'm like, damn, I never seen it. I put the Fruity Loops on, and I'm looking at it, studying it. And now I'm at the time, because it's like 03. Now I'm at the time where I'm really not spitting. But, you know, I got some old banger spits out of my old for sure that are knocking nigga out, but I ain't really got nothing like that. So
no new heat.
Yeah. So he hit me with the Fruity Loops. I said, well, the program that I'm already using it was called I forgot. But I put the Fruity Loops in, started playing around with it, I'm like, man, I can't get this. I don't know what the fuck. I don't, because we didn't have tutorials then. We didn't have YouTube like that back then.
And internet was slow yet, and everybody didn't have internet. Right.
Nah. You had AOL to dial up.
Yeah.
You know,
if you had internet, you was rich type deal.
Yeah. We kept getting AOL free. We kept getting up different fucking addresses.
They used to give you the Netscape disc. And you get 30 minutes. Come on. Yeah. I'm starting to see where it's going, though, for everywhere you move from. Now you being introduced to the. Go ahead, yo. Come on, man. Like,
no, I get it, baby. We talk about
So busting. So we was we got I got that program, put it out, man. I can't get this. That shit just kept calling. Just kept calling me. I kept going back in there. And I didn't even have a good computer. I had a computer, shit, man, probably maybe like 4 megabytes of RAM and
some dollar shit.
Yeah, 200 and yeah.
Yeah, we make that noisy shit before you know what I mean.
But the program was so dope. The way it looked, the design of it, everything of it, and you know, I like sci-fi. You know, I fuck with the animation. You know, I grew up on the animation and shit like that. So I was like, damn, man. Next thing you know, I started messing with it. My daughter's young. I already had my son, and my daughter's young, and I'm just putting stuff together. First, I started doing a lot of West Indian joints. I'm thinking of, you know, boom, 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 some dance hall. I was doing that, and I started winding it down to the ragga. Because it was kind of easy. I'm looking, didn't even know I had what I had.
Right.
You know, didn't even know I had what I had, but I just started fucking with it. And every day I was doing it. This when I got out of the military, so I had some time because the military was still paying me. You know what I'm saying? And like when you got out of the military, you go on unemployment, they give you full joint. You know, that you're not getting a half or a third, they give you full joint coming out of the military. Damn, hold on, man. Let me check this fucking call. I'll be right back, man.
I miss the stories, man.
No, you gotta have the stories, you know what I mean? And it, you know, so like when he's talking about the days of the dollar, you know, these is also those Napster days, you know what I'm saying? Where you know you may not have. So a lot of us wasn't really having the internet, didn't even know what it was about, what the internet was back in them days. You dig what I'm saying? And so I remember days, man, with me and the homie DJ Philly Flash. Big shout out to my man Philly Flash, baby.
Shout out to Philly Flash, man.
Me and Philly used to have to download music, man. It'd take, kid you not, son.
Forever.
We would pull up the music that we wanted, and we would have to wait till the morning time for that shit to download. You know what I'm saying? And that Napster shit was crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Played his Rolo.
Right. For us hardcore cats, you know what I'm saying? That was really in the music, really trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? Especially if you was a DJ. It wasn't easy getting them tracks, baby. You know what I'm saying? And then to be able to go to use Napster in a way to get the tracks, and now you blasting something that nobody else can get to, man. Those was the days, baby.
But you know what? Those situations broke artists too, because it let different regions have different type of music. Right. So you in the South and you playing somebody from up north, or you know what I mean? Now you like, yo, who's this? That's how I heard of Wayne. Right. That's how I heard Wayne. Like, oh, who's this? I ain't talk funny. And then one of them hit. I'm like, yo, then I moved to Texas. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, all of it was good for a reason. You know, what I mean? We didn't know what we was doing. We discovered it. We told our friends about it. Everybody put you on. That's what music is, man. Music can be shared. Right? You know what I mean? My bad. Let you go back into that, family.
Okay. All right. Well, you gotta refresh my memory.
So Calypso. So I mean, not Calypso.
Reggae. Reggae. Because I grew up when I was living in Queens. I grew up around a lot of West Indians. You know, my next door neighbor was Jamaican. They was Chinese Jamaican, matter of fact. And he was mad cool. They would rent the yachts. We'd go on the Hudson River. We'd go out there. He had a yacht. We had a Buddha. We got the fish. We got the whole smorgasbord. Huh?
Yo, wait, you said the Buddha?
The Buddha, yeah, the Buddha bless cess, baby.
Yo,
Buddha bless cess. We got the Buddha.
Yo, shout out, yo, look at what Buddha is. Like, come on, man. Buddha and Reefer. They be like, yo, the Reefer. I'm like, what? My mom used to hit me with that. Like, yo, all right, cool. Yeah. Facts. Copy.
Buddha. So we was we could do all that. You know, we had the red headsets, yellow headsets up there. We had the they had it all, man. I'm telling you, the West Indians, man, they know how to party, bro.
Yep.
And they do it safely, healthy,
Mhm.
and respectfully.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? And they were young. We were like in our 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were like in our 20s and stuff. And these dudes was doing their thing, man.
But
You know what I'm saying?
20 back then is a mature 20, bro.
Especially coming up how we was coming up.
Man, it's a mature 20. Facts.
Yeah.
Man, that
Especially
joint-
was coming up how we was coming up. You had to be mature. I mean, at 12, I was going to the liquor store getting liquor for my uncle.
Mhm.
You know, right there across the street at the bodegas, just getting liquor for my uncle. Like, go get me a bottle of Georgie, the small bottle.
Yep.
Like, all right. I go in there. He was like, oh, okay. You coming for Tony? Yeah.
Yep.
All right, cool. He
Everybody-
knew who I was and everything. And I go back to the crib. That right there, you would never catch that shit today.
No, that ain't happening. And but then back then we was also safe on the block though. You did?
Yeah.
Like, you could move around. You know what I mean? You could do
Rules
different
and
things.
ethics was different.
You know,
Rules-
because you was safe on the
rules-
block. And then
Yeah.
even if you were seen doing something you wasn't supposed to be done, you know what I mean? One of the old heads would check you. You know what I mean? And none of them would send you home. You know what I mean? And then tell one of your people to check you so that won't happen no more. Because you know it was a sense of community back then. You know what I'm
family,
saying?
man. Everybody was family. Everybody looked out for everybody because we ain't had nothing else. You know,
we ain't had nothing else. Like you didn't worry about somebody coming in the hood to snatch up a little kid, whatever. You know what I mean? Like that just wasn't going down and shit. And we were so crazy back then. Whoever took us will bring us back. You know what I mean? Like
if anything, If anything, we saw them out there. We knew they weren't supposed to be out there. We taking you back home. Hold on, man. Because let me call Babette right quick. Yo, you know, Jaleesa outside, yo.
Yeah.
Tripping.
Yeah.
You know what
or they call your name out the window hard.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No doubt.
It's fact.
Yeah.
But when you started DJing with the white boys in the East Game, where you at? You know what I'm saying?
So when I started DJing and that shit, and I was with them, they were so impressed. But I was just doing the regular degular, you know, doing the Jam Master J cuts,
right?
Doing the the Big Daddy Kane cuts, the Mr. C cuts. But I was bringing it back in the way I was doing it because you know you start freaking and shit, you know, you get into it. And we started doing little parties. They wanted me to come to these parties. Let me tell you something. These white boys parties. No disrespect to you white listeners. These dudes know how to throw a party. Yo, and the music they listen to, I could see why they listen to it so fast because the stuff they do at the parties.
Right.
You gotta have some fast pace to go with that because when you know how they do it. You know they drug of choice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I didn't get into it. I saw how they act, I saw what it was and stuff like that. They have their spirits are different.
Yeah.
They vibe to different it's gotta be you know what I'm saying? And it's no calm, it's no collect, it's no chill, it's no charisma. It's just all out, rah, you know, and then after the high and all that wears down, now they want to hear some Marvin Gaye or Stevie Wonder or something like that. But why 4 hours and they pump. Shit, I'm in there drinking energy drink after energy drink, blazing up, trying to keep up with these dudes. You know what I'm saying? But that was in my 20s.
You know, it's a
we
different
used to party till the sun come up. Huh? My bad.
No, I said that's a different type of energy for sure. And you know they still do it today. Look different. It's the same though.
Yeah. So once I got in the Fruity Loops and I started making tracks and I started having homeboys coming to the crib and it was like, yo, you did that? I was like, yeah, because Fruity Loops, they sound is loud. They got the loudest, hands down. They got the loudest sound for the dogs.
Right.
Hands down. You can ask anybody who rocking production about the loud. Now I ain't gonna say the best kicks. The best kicks comes from the MPC. The Akai shit is the best kicks, man. They kicks is nothing to fuck with. So and they snares. They come the realest, like what we really listen to, like point blank up front in your face.
Right.
You know, and a lot of stuff that you want to put forward with the instruments and shit like that. So me and my wife at the time, we going through it. When I was in New York, I was a bad boy, like I said. I finally give her closure to what the fuck was going on, and we split up. So we split up and shit. My son was like 8. My daughter was 3. I had to leave Florida. My mother was in the Virginia. So I came back to Virginia. Divorce, no monies, and I'm rocking the sea bag. You know what I'm saying? Because Shorty just, you know, I'm gonna tell you like this. Some things you just gotta take to your grave.
Yeah. No question about that, baby. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Absolutely.
Shorty's gonna see you. Shorty's gonna see you peaceful. You're gonna be doing some peaceful stuff and smiling and everything. She walk past you. What you smiling for? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just chilling. I'm smiling. That smile better be about me. You know, you can't have fun. You can't have no peace and nothing like that. When I'm on my beats and stuff, you ask me questions. You coming in, and they don't know the concentration that it takes. And once you break that concentration,
it's hard to get back.
You never get it back. Damn near never get it back. It's been like I can count on one hand that I got the concentration back. And then it comes into something else because they get it's the emotional trip.
Right.
And then, you know, she was diagnosed with other things too, as far as that, nothing detrimental, but mental.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really know what I was dealing with at the time. So I was like, fuck it. You know, and if the whole argument started over some Roman noodles. You know what I'm saying? But then it went back to 93, 94, 95. And I can't take that no more. We're not gonna do this every time because you want to win the battle.
Right.
You know, we fighting all these battles, nobody's winning the war.
Right. Absolutely.
So that was a part of my downship. And I've been down several times with the music and stuff like that. And so that was a part of that. And then plus no loyalty. There was no loyalty in the game. Like niggas wasn't being loyal for nothing. It's like you could do something, you could shake hands on it. You know, like if you really talking about that, we going to the studio and do this, do what? Oh, I'm there. I don't care what I got. I'm calling out work. Yeah, I'm sick. You know, we're going where? You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't like you really did it on a regular like that. Because if I could, I'd be doing this shit like I'm doing now.
Yeah. So
then, you know, that was part of my down. That was part of my down drive too. I went when I'm trying to say what got me back up as far as that drive. When I found Fruity Loops again. I went to Fruity Loops 8. I was in 2008. That's crazy. And then Fruity Loops 8 came out. Fruity Loops 8 was $50, but you don't get the whole joint.
Right.
Okay.
So
right.
I'm sitting there like, yeah, I'm working and shit like that, but I ain't really working. I'm like, you know, I was still young. I was still on my light skin shit. So then I was like, you know, I'm working, but again, I want to go home and make some beats. So I go to the store. I got $20 in my pocket. You know what that's about to do? A dime, beer, and some cigarettes.
Yeah.
So, you know, and have some change left over for one another beer.
Right. Or to the Chinese man, you know what I'm saying? For the chicken wings and motherfucking French fries, baby. You know?
20 go far. 20 go far.
You know what I mean? Yeah, they don't understand, baby. You know what I mean? I'm gonna hit Maymay's when this is all over with, baby. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
20
so
go
far. I left her. I'm back down in VA, and I'm kind of doing my kids dirty. I'm neglecting them and shit. It's the beef me and the mother going through. And I'm like, you know, she's trying to use them as, oh, you gonna use my kids as a crutch against me? Fuck all y'all, you know what I'm saying? And I'm wilding, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't really think about it until I met my new wife, till I met my wife now. Me and Just, we was always communicating. When he had got out, when he came home, we was always communicating and stuff like that. He's always been like an older brother, like really older brother. Like if we go out, yeah, we brothers. That's my older brother, and then that's it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know, and when I met my ex-wife, she was sort of into reggae. Now, meeting somebody in Virginia, you don't really meet a lot of shorties that are into reggae that's not West Indian.
Right.
So I'm like curious. I'm like, why you like reggae? She said, oh, just the music, the beat, the rhythm. I'm like, word. I said, well, you know, I fuck with beats every now and then. She said, you do? I said, yeah. So I'm doing. I get a computer. I started doing the Fruity Loops again. She gets on the computer and starts doing a fucking track with Fruity Loops. Now she could paint. My wife could paint. Like she puts her she paints, right? And I'm like, I'm listening to it like, hold up, so you just made this motherfucker, right? She had the shit sound like dolphins and shit. The shit was fire. And she had the beat behind it. She was like, yeah, I like weird sounds. I like exotic sounds. I was like, all right, well, you know, let me just show you how to do it. You know, don't just jump on here like that. You know, knowing that shit is fire, I'm about to take it. But don't just jump on here like that. Let me know when you work up here, because you could be erasing some serious shit.
Right.
Shit going on. So
knowing you got one, knowing you got one, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Knowing you got one, like, fact.
So I took the joint, and she's from here. She's from Portsmouth. Actually, she was born in Portsmouth, so she never really. New York is different from Virginia. You know, the way we act in New York is different from the way we act in Virginia. You know, Virginia, a lot of times they look at you because they don't know you, and they're trying to look at you until they realize who you are. New York, you don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You don't be looking at nobody like, because they'll be like, yo, what you know, can I help you? What you need?
What's up?
Ain't no need for that. So I had to teach her a lot of things, like, you're being rude when you do that. Don't do that. And please don't do that around me. Right. You know what I'm saying? Even though, and I had to get back into, because I was originally born in Norfolk, you know, and was raised here for half of my life. But when I went to New York, I had to, all that shit got erased in Virginia, because all that shit don't matter. Humbleness, speaking, and all that shit, and all that don't matter. You better get in when you fit in, because you ain't gonna fit in and get in nowhere. Right. Yeah. So it was different. But I had my family, all my family there. My cousin Tech, he's there. They was doing the DCEP thing back then. You know, and he was always, you know, he was in and out until they got signed, until they got their deal, and it was all right, man. You know, I said, okay, well, now I ain't gonna be able to spit like that. Okay. Like how these cats are spitting, how him and Buckshot and Helter Skelter, all these cats are spitting like this. I ain't gonna be able to spit like that. So I had to just try to do something else. You know what I'm saying? To get myself back in the joint. My man look like a Picasso painting right now.
Right. He blurry. Saying you blurry over there, baby.
So I was so you know, I knew that I didn't want to leave hip hop. And I knew I couldn't rhyme like I used to no more. And I'm getting too old. My spit, you know, I could tell you how to have breath control, and I could tell you how to do your bars.
Yeah, I know.
3-word sentences.
Yo,
you froze.
You froze, man.
Agree, you froze, yo.
It's all good.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, because as you telling me the story, it prepared you for so much, though, bro. In Virginia, go to New York, go to Florida, meet your wifey, around your cousin D, all of that. So now that's your style right there, without even knowing it, on top of everything else you listen to. You dig what I'm, because if you explaining it to me, I'm like, damn, he went to New York, VA, he was in Florida, cousin is this, wifey do beats, you picked up Fruity Loops, you listen in the West Indies, smoking Buddha. All of that is the gumbo. You getting all these different sounds, bro. So
yeah, that's true. You could,
it is. Like, yo, bro, I'm telling you, like, I'm looking like, now when you do your artistry, I don't want to just call it rap, because it's not just rap. It's a way of living. Feel me? So now I'm looking like, oh, copy, you got that inspiration over here. You got it over there. You did the EDC early. Fruity Loops, if you say Fruity Loops, if you know, right? Like, yo, bro, now putting all that together of everything you dealt with, the heartbreak, the stress, the kids, that makes your story better to write now.
Absolutely.
You went through something. You feel me? That's fire. Yo, don't ever not tell a story. You hear me?
Word.
I know that's right.
Fire, bro.
Hey, so I
Fire.
want to hear about now the Diamond Edge, baby, LP, the best rock. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, bro. Yes.
Yo, I've been listening to it. Yo, I listen to most of the tracks. What is it, 11 tracks? What is it, 11, 12
11
tracks?
tracks.
11
tracks.
tracks. I listened to 8 of them already. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Appreciate
digging
that.
6 of them already. You know what I mean?
Appreciate that. Appreciate
Yo,
that.
I Mind of a Maniac. You know what I'm saying?
That
man,
boy, yeah.
Yo, there was a couple of them more in there. You know what I'm saying? And I was in my head. I was like, yo, I can't wait to get back to the car. You know what I mean? So I can turn it up. You know what I mean? I can really hear it. I ain't gotta have nobody chime in where I can hear everything. I can listen. Tell us, man, the project, man, and how you kind of went forward and making all that make happen, baby.
The project. This EP was supposed to come out about 7 years ago, right?
Wow.
It's been in the making for a long time, but I just didn't want to put anything together. If I'm gonna come out with something, I'm gonna try to come out with my best, the best. And I was doing tracks, selling tracks, you know, locally, you know. But these cats was paying for it. They was like, yo, we need that. You and such and such and such and such. Y'all the only one. But when it come to them banging beats and them hard ass beats, Image, you got that shit, the clarity and all this. We want that. So shit. What's better than to give the people what they want, so they can give you back what you worth. You know what I'm saying? I'm never trying to break nobody's pocket, but I started meeting new cats. Like I said, damn, I ain't hung out with cats like y'all since '86. I ain't hung out with nobody like this. I haven't met cats that's originally like this. Like, you know, yo, man, you know, I need such. We talk to each other. And I, man, I'm going through such right now, and then it ain't like, yo, why you ain't come to the studio, man? We supposed to, yo, man, you know, I got
conversation.
My daughter got locked up, whatever. Something happened, you know what I'm saying? And you like, word, okay, check it. Don't even sweat it. And even still, it doesn't even have to be a reason. You just let cats know, and cats understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I can't make it. I'm not gonna do it. And even since last year, I've had artists that I rock with that's got it, and that's old. They got the old sauce, and they're like, man, I'm gonna take a hiatus, man. I'm not doing music right now, such and such. But that's how you got to do it. You got to kind of like
communicate, man.
Yeah, communicate. And if you say you're not gonna do music no more, you got to kind of like try to push music, try to desensitize yourself to the music, because it's gonna come back at you. Right. The beats, all that's gonna come back at you. Like, nah, son, you're gonna have to come in here. I know you want to hear this. I know you ain't finished with this, and it come back at you. So we get all that, and I'm intertwined again back with that. And these cats is young, but they're doing our style of music, lyrics. Lyrics. They're doing quotables. They're doing bars again. They're telling stories. They're saying things. They're saying things in the lyrics, and not just, I wake up, I drink me a perk. I wake up, I smoke me a blunt, and now I'm on a hunt. These shorties just coming my way. And what are you saying, man?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We wake up and drink you a perk.
Right.
You wake up, you woke up, and now you're waking up again and smoking the blunt. So that means after the perk, you got so fucked up off the perk, you went to sleep, and now you woke back up, and now you're waking up. And is this in the same day, my nigga? Damn.
There's no substance. There's no substance.
You woke up twice. What can a cat follow? Can a cat can you inspire somebody to do hip hop, but try to do it in their own way, or sample it like this? Bring them back. Who cares? But do it. So I got with all these cats. I met Dorsey, female. I wanted a female that could sing. Dorsey does the roller skate rink song. She's dope on that. It's called Tonight. That song is called Tonight. It's 2 songs. It's actually a whole thing. You can't really fast forward it because it sounds like an interlude. The beginning that sounds like an interlude. I got my boys talking. I got whatever talking to Too Much. It was these characters I made up. See, I'm trying to bring back the fun in the making the music.
Right.
You know, these characters I made up. You know, then Too Much and whatever. So Too Much is always trying to be smarter than whatever, and whatever is always like, man, whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, whatever you say too much. Or I think it's talk too much, but I call them too much. So you know, I got the shorties in the background and stuff like that. But tonight with Dorsey in it, I wanted my album, I wanted the EP to be a mix of a lot of everything, not just underground, not just focus on the underground. I wanted to have a touch of I wanted to touch everything. I wanted to touch the R&B side. I wanted to touch the dance side. I wanted to touch the side where cats is singing like I got a song up there called "Catch a Case." You know, and the lyrics is butter, and the whole song he's talking about his baby mom and how he don't want to catch a case behind his baby mom. So I think it's best that we be friends.
Right.
That's a real conversation. Like, that's a real conversation. You know what I mean?
My back and told my business that ain't flying here. Thought I was rolling with a real one. Come to find out, you just for the thrill, son. I can't trust nobody these days. They look you in your face. They look you in your eyes and lie to your face. When he came up with those, the UK Sam, stuff like that, he sent it to me. I was like, word. And then Casso from Norfolk. Casso is another lyrical. He's up there several times. Casso on the album several times. He's actually the cipher.
Yo, when you said it,
Casso was the first one on the cipher, and the cipher has a video. I don't know if y'all saw the video.
No,
I was looking, but I ain't see it yet. But shit, definitely gonna tap in.
Boom, boom.
Yeah.
That's like, yo, bro, I'm in the car. Boom, boom. I'm like, you know, it's crazy when you at the light doing something stupid. I'm at the light doing
and that's the intro. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. The intro, like, I'm like, I'm like, oh, you was like, yo, you ready? I'm in the car because I need to hear it. I need to hear it in all the studio. Boom, boom. You start talking.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I got 3 rounds in the chamber.
Facts.
Yeah. The first round is that go getter.
You know what, and I don't even mean to get off subject. You know what it gave me? It gave me when everybody chilling and just niggas just start rapping. But they rapping, and I'm listening like, oh, then I heard his voice. I'm like, all right. I text Just like, yo, we got your mans up here right now. That cipher, I'm about to do my 500 push-ups off that. Repeat.
Yeah, baby.
It gives you that. It gives you that locks. We are like, it gave me that. I'm like, oh, fire.
Yeah.
We got the cipher too. I'm gonna put out
You said it got a video? Yo,
the first cipher got a video. First cipher.
Let's not forget this. Before we get off this, I want you to put up where to find your YouTube. I'm gonna do the clips for everything. I do the clips on all this, Sam. I got it.
No doubt, baby.
Put out all that. I'm about to put out all of that. Listen,
dude. I listen.
Well, I know you. I'm telling him. No. I'm telling him.
Right.
Because justice be on me. Like, yo, I'm gonna put all that out. I'm gonna copy. If there's any music you want to put behind that, I'm gonna send you all that so you can put that joint out.
You can go up there on YouTube, EMAGEBEATZZ Productions. Then you can look under I got and it's so much that I'm gonna send y'all
follow you right now. I just followed you too.
All right, cool. And then you can follow
Don't we could get that offline. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Having a great, you know what I'm saying? We having a great, I don't mean to get off topic. We're gonna get all that offline. Let's go back. My bad, Sam.
Okay.
No, baby. Listen, man. Listen. It's very few times, Mr. Frequent Flyer Miles, that we sit down, Image, with somebody for a whole motherfucking hour, baby. You know what I'm saying? And it be live the whole time. You know what I mean? Because
I can imagine because you got it's a lot of cats. I mean, just being yourself. Y'all being yourself.
Right.
This would be like if y'all niggas came over to my crib and we started watching the basketball game.
Right.
This is what we would be discussing and talking about, man.
Right. And that's how we get out over here. Because, you know what I mean? Because for one, we got history. We know what it is. You know what I'm saying? And we let you tell your story. Like, we want you to tell your story because your story is absolutely needed. Because a lot of these cats don't understand. It's brothers like yourself, man, that have paved the way for them to be able to just do some of the things that they do today. And then on top of that, to listen to the music, and the music is absolute fucking fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
Another Love Story. I was listening to Another Love Story. Come
Oh
on, stop
yeah, we got
playing with
another love. Look,
Oh.
we got another love story. Wait till you hear 2 and 3. You haven't heard 2 and 3. All you got to do, like those two names I just put up there in the chat.
Yep.
Look under those two names
Yep.
and put Love Story 2 and 3. If you
Yo.
put Love Story 2 and 3, that'll come up on YouTube right after their names. Love, because look, check it. Like Medallion, right? Yo, I met Medallion in 2013. This is part of the Diamond Edge make. This is part of the making of the Diamond Edge. I met Medallion in I think it was 2013. We was both working a job together, ATD, American Tire Distribution. And I don't know how we got on the subject about music. So he got on the subject about music and stuff like that. So then I was like, all right, check it. I want you to hear a beat. So I played him a beat, and Medallion, he was like, yo, let me let you hear something. And he let me hear this other producer's beat that he was spitting on. I was like, yo, that shit fire. I turned into an instant fan. So me and Medallion broke. We kind of lost touch, and then we got back in the game. I forgot how. We either seen each other or we called. It's been years since we've seen each other or linked up. And he came and he was like, man, listen, I need some tracks. I said, okay, cool. Let's do this. He started doing, he said, these cats in the studio, you know what I'm saying, acting like, you know, that I'm just whatever.
Right.
So I need some tracks and do it my way. And how I'm gonna do it. Oh, no doubt. Because I'm a type of producer. It's two different types. Producers and beat makers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a beat maker.
Mm-hmm.
I make beats. Producers, most of the time, those are the cats that's constructing how the song is going, what they want the hook to sound like, what they want here, who they want on it, and they constructing the track and stuff. Like me, I'm old school. I give them the track and let them fly.
Right.
Like go fly. Like do you on that track. The track is that y'all put the rest up there, put the gravy up there.
Right.
So that's how I am. So Mikey, in turns, Mikey said, look, I got somebody I want you to meet, which I didn't know who it was. It's like, I got somebody I want you to meet. I'm like, all right, we're going to go to the show, Western Tavern in Virginia Beach. G-Man was throwing the show, and I guess a couple of cats was performing up there. So I like, okay, cool. We go there. I go there. I meet the dude. He said, yo, my wife was there with me because she liked to go into the shows too. So my wife was there. So I told honey, I just sit at the bar right quick. I'll be right back. But I knew everybody at the show. Right. My people was throwing. I've known them for a long time. So then he was like, yo, I'm gonna introduce you to my man Rainmaker. Right? So Rainmaker was like, yeah, I've got so many artists, man. I need to rock with you and have some help with, with some music because I can't do it all. So this is part of the Diamond Edge coming together, right? And I'm not knowing the whole time, but the people that's coming in my life right now, and people that I'm meeting right now, painting the story more. So we get together. I told him, come to the crib. I said, I got some shit. So niggas like, yo, Image, usually we hear beats and shit like that. And it's like, every now and then, that one's cool. But all the shit you've been playing is fire. Mm-hmm. So you'll make a great addition to the team. So I'm like, all right, cool. How you do everything? We had our differences with the royalties. We had our differences with how he does it compared to how I do it and with who. But we knew where each other stood on terms of So right. So we had a couple of artists. And you know how artists are. Sometimes they beef with each other over some miscommunication or wrong interpretation, or just too fucking high to understand what the fuck's going on, right?
That's some fucking prima donna shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
right. And we're gonna, and when you have that many lions in one pride,
yep,
you're gonna have a lot of testosterone. You're gonna have a lot of testosterone in the room. I know this. I'm an older cat. I know this. I know, it's none of it's worth gunplay, or none of it's worth scrap. Right. None of it. You know what I'm saying? None of that. So it's how you approach the situation. So first, I was like going into the studio and, who's this dude? Like, yo, we rock, is this, but it won't on no really disrespectful shit. It was just on some, this is what we do. Who are you? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I've been there before. I've been in new class, and I've been in the the new dude in class before. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, cool. So, you know, I'm meeting everybody they rock with them, but I'm seeing these cats on the videos that they got. And I'm like, put a Y, the Cypher videos with the Y. I'm a,
Oh, no. I put that's the video. Oh, you got to click on it. Yeah. I found it. I typed in
right. Well, this one right here?
Yeah.
My video or y'all? Or this one right here?
Your video. Stop playing. I'm outside, man. I'm outside.
Outside.
Yeah, when you click on it.
Yeah.
Click on it.
That's what's up. So, yo,
boom. Dude got the LA shirt on. Come on, man. That beat is crazy.
And you see, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. What I wanted to do with that beat, I want to give it to Norfolk State down here in Virginia. And I want to see if they could, you know, Mike Vick down there and all that. He's doing this thing in Norfolk State, so I want to take it there. Norfolk State got a radio station too, 91.1, and they be playing all the local stuff. And you can go there to the Norfolk State because I'm gonna start doing that. I'm just gonna start promoting this album, doing it because I mean, damn, I've always been working on other EPs. I worked on Truth Knox EP. He got a joint. What was it called? The Violent Days, Summer Nights. So hot days, summer night, hot violent days.
Let me ask something. Media May got an app too, 24-hour music.
Right.
We can put you on that as well. Go ahead, Sam.
Yeah, no doubt, baby. So once I get the music, you know what I'm saying? Because earlier I tried to download it, but you know, with the whole YouTube thing, and I was like, hold up, because I gotta go back to the crib. You know what I mean? I gotta go in my lab. You know what I mean? And figure it out.
So check it. So
go ahead.
My bad.
So I don't have to. If you give me the MP3s. Yo, we put it up on our app, Media Made.
24 hours.
We put it up on Media Made Music. We play 24 hours. We lock in certain dates about the times where people could come and actually listen to what you doing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, we kind of low. We kind of once you get me the MP3 or a file, baby, I take it from there and I upload it, boom, and we good money. You know what I mean? And it's our own shit. So I can play your shit. You know what I mean? Like, I want to play it 50 times back to back. God damn it, that's what I want to hear right now. You know
Right.
I'll be in the studio. I go in there. I'll be listening. Like I'm like, yo, what's that? Like I'm the first one to be like, yo, what's that playing? And I go there. Oh, he don't know though. I take a picture. Go to YouTube. So I know. Gotta keep so sharp.
Yeah. So absolutely, Image. Just send it through, baby. And then I'm gonna make it go around here, man. You know what I'm saying? But look, man, we under some time constraints. But before we go,
this is part one. I'm throwing it out
part
here.
One. So I got a couple things. I'm gonna ask you for right now. I'm gonna ask you something right now, right? If you had an opportunity to perform with an artist, dead or alive, past or present, who would that artist be and why?
Tupac.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about, baby.
Yeah,
you know
Tupac. I would, if I had an opportunity to work with an artist, it would be Tupac. Tupac's music, his journey was crazy. His music sat with me a lot. It resonated with me, especially the album he did after he came out of lockup, and that album right there. It said a lot. Pac matured and all that, and a lot of people. And Pac just wasn't a rapper; he was a poet.
Right.
He was a genius when it came to this artistry. It was just trapped in a young man's body.
No question.
You know what I'm saying? He was, and he painted the pictures. It's just Pac could make a whack beat dope. When a lot of the beats that Pac was choosing was mediocre, but when Pac was rhyming on them, you know what I'm saying? And it's sort of like to balance it out, I guess the equality of both would be Nipsey and Pac,
right.
If I could work with, because the way they made me feel when they rap and what they were saying and the amount of energy and what I got of it, I was inspired by a lot of stuff. I get inspired by a lot of stuff, man. But lyrically, you gotta really pop, and that's not, you ain't gotta be all complicated and come up with this complicated style. It's just gotta like, damn, like something I would never thought of. I would never thought of putting that together. And I would have never thought of saying that. That shit's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like,
let me add something to that. Let me add something. I'm gonna add to your question. When people listen to your music, what do you want them to get out of it and why?
That's a good question.
I'm piggybacking off of my people.
Yeah. That's a good question.
We'll give you a part 2 if you need it, but if you don't,
when people listen to my music, I want them to hear the story that the beat is telling. I want them to hear the story that the beat is telling. Like, if they hear it, like they don't see when I say intro, hook, verse, outro, right? That's the body. That's the body of the whole. That's the body of the project. That's how it goes, so people understand it. You know what I'm saying? When you open up a book, it's an intro. And then you got the body, you got the hook of the book, you got what the book is saying, what the book is doing, then you got the body of the book, which is telling the story. But in that body with every paragraph, you got the intro, the introduction paragraph, and with the introduction paragraph, after that, you got 3 things explaining that, and then you got a conclusion.
Facts.
Then it ends with the conclusion. So when what is, you know, and I guess it's kind of saying like, what is the beat saying? What is the beat saying to them? I want them to say, damn, this dude is saying, what is the beat saying to you? I want them to hear that. Like, what is the beat saying to you? Is it saying that, this sound like such and such? Or is it saying, hold up?
No doubt.
I got to take that. I got to take that and put that on the clip. What is the beat saying? Thank you.
Yeah, man. Hey, Image, baby. I need you to shout out and plug everything and everybody, man, that's helped you get to the place today, man. And make sure you let us know all of your social media handles, you know what I'm saying? Where people can get, you know what I mean? And we're gonna push this, baby. You know what I mean? That Diamond Edge, baby. I can't wait to get back to my car. Right now, I swear to God, you know what I mean? I got
so let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Out of the whole 11 tracks on the EP, which one's your favorite?
So money ain't a thing, man. And then it was another one. So I got 2 though. I got 2. The party. What was the other? It was another one.
Girly.
Who
was it called? Girly?
No, not Girly. Party something. I got 2 though.
Money ain't a thing. Damn, Party.
I think it was the second. It was the second. I'll find that.
There's one called Perfect Image.
Perfect Image, baby. That's the one. That's the one right there. I can't wait to get back to the bowl system in my shit, though. You know what I mean? You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
that's
listen to it all straight through when I
ain't just riding around like, you know, the regular guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I'm listening to some shit like, you know what I mean? Like, I go, you know, when wifey be talking to me a certain way, I go sit in the car, baby. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? And
that's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. If it moves you like that, man,
yes, sir.
I did my job, man.
Yes, sir. Absolutely moves me like that. Perfect Image, absolutely. And that's the one I don't know why I couldn't remember it, because that's the one I was listening to the most. I was sitting there and I kept clicking and I kept going back and forth. And I was like, yo, I can't wait to get in the whip, man. They motherfucking hear this, man. This is what's up, baby. You know what I mean?
Appreciate that.
No, but shout out to plugs, man. Shout out everybody that helped you to get to the place to where you are today, man, that you want to show some love to, and all of your social handles, kid.
Yeah, I want to shout out to Medallion, B-Whip, aka Casso, Cal St. Patrick. Give a shout out to Rainmaker. And y'all could, you know, Medallion is spelled different. It's MEDALLYUN, like medallion.
Okay.
No. I already got it, bro. That's what I was trying to get the cipher.
Yeah, we on deck.
On it.
Yeah. My dude Rainmaker, my homeboy, Just, my brother, you know, 812 Labs. Also give a shout out to my homeboy Bink. You know, he's taught me a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? He's actually, you know, that's my dude. You know what I'm saying?
Bink.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
Beat.
Yeah. Like I
Beat.
know,
I'm a
like
monster.
you
I'm a
said it,
monster,
I'm like,
man. I'm a monster.
yeah. I got you. He was on the joint I just seen.
Yeah.
The podcast, My Expert Opinion, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. Me and him
I
been,
pay
we've
attention.
been,
I pay attention. Yeah,
that's like it's like family, man.
that's
Beat's
dope.
like family. Both our fathers grew up together.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? They hung out together, basically. I don't want to say grew up together, but they hung out. So it was only natural and shit like that. And who else, man? You know, plus praise God,
Right.
you know, bless my 2 kids, Chris and Kayla. You know, my wife's kids, Essence, Elijah, yeah.
Shout out to Essence and all that.
Huh?
I said shout out to Essence. I'm saying shout out. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Good looking. Shout out to y'all dudes, man.
Man.
Yo, y'all made this interview so therapeutic and comfortable, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like we could talk for days, but I know it's
like we never left the block, baby. Like we sitting on the block at the bodega right now. You know what I'm saying? Just politicking about the different things and the directions that we want to take this thing in life, man. You know what I mean? And just reminiscing on all of the experiences that we have as we went through this music journey. You dig? And so, man, we absolutely gonna pull up again. Part 2, we're gonna get Just up here. You know what I mean?
We'll get Just up here. That'll be right. Hey, look, man. What how can I see this?
It's gonna be on YouTube.
Oh, YouTube. You mean it? Yeah. And then what I'm gonna do is I already follow you on social media, right? So I'm gonna message you, and as I put stuff out, I'll make sure to send it your way so you can plug it on your page. When I put it out, I'm gonna add you as a collaborator.
All right, cool.
Everybody can see it. But yo, man, I just wanted to say blessings, congratulations, bro. That definitely a powerful story. And I'm gonna say this, man. I listen to music. I'm with the younger and older crowd. You got something, bro. You don't
appreciate it, man.
Granted, yo, anything you send my way, anything you pushing out, you tag me on it. I got you. Yo, paying attention is free. One hand wash the other, both hands wash the face. Make sure y'all follow this young man. He got a story to tell. He has wisdom and experience. Listen, man, bomb. I'm about to listen to the cipher while I do my 500 push-ups.
Hey, man, no question about that. For my listeners out there, man, I just want to let y'all know, man, y'all heard it first. Right here on Media Made Magazine. You can always go to MediaMadeMagazine.com. You can always go to MediaMadeMusic.com. You can go to MediaMadeTV.com. You know what I mean? You're going to hear this all everywhere, baby, because we getting ready to fly this. We getting ready to flood the zone with this here. You dig what I'm saying? So
I appreciate it.
We just want to let you know that, man. Once again, man, Image Beats, baby. We appreciate you coming out, man. You spending some time with us, man. Yo, we're going to do this again, man, and we're going to keep this moving, man, like we always do, baby.
I appreciate that, man. Salam, bro. Salam. I appreciate that.
Peace.
Peace.